The man called me back. Now on the 18th, they more.
The same man now.
Yeah, the same man.
The same man who want for you to go steal.
Yeah, he called me on the 18th.
Yeah.
Now in the around about 8:30, the man called me. He said, "Oh, my man, I'll let you be there and call you back again."
That time you go to work?
I go to work.
Hey, before your working place, you come to the man.
Yeah, I'm from to my working area to Clarence to now go to the man.
To go steal now?
No, I'm not go steal. I go steal. I go to yeah. How you question me? The thing you want for me to explain for you to understand, then still questioning me, doubling the question. How many talk clear now?
I beg you, sorry.
I say.
When they call you in the
when the man come in there, he asked me, say, how many of you are working to the area? I say, we are 3.
You told the message you're 3.
Yeah. So he said, I want you tea to carry to the
message. You want to give you what?
Tea. Have milk tea.
Oh, milk tea.
Yeah.
For you to drink
with bread.
The bread.
3 pieces of full bread.
With egg inside.
With egg inside my butter. So when I carry it to the man, say carry it to the man. When you give it to the man, then you must come back to the car.
So the food make you now, you carry that so they go convince your friend now.
Yeah. When I give it to the man now, the man say thank you. I say okay. The man say, oh, where you going now? I say, oh, I'm going right now. So one of my friend called me.
And the same man going to now.
Yeah, the same man.
The man tell you say want for you to go steal.
No, yeah. So when I go to the man now, he say clean the car. Then they are 2 now.
In the Jeep.
In the Jeep. Then they are 2.
A big Jeep.
Yeah. Black BG, photo G. Yeah. So when I clean the car now,
air condition all is that?
No. Papa, you can't wait for me to spin now. I'll leave the water now. You can judge people.
I'm just asking you a question, sorry.
You can judge people like come here.
No, I'm a journalist. I beg you, sorry.
The way you talk in the question, could I say when I move from here, I'll free? Could I say when I move from here, I'll free? If you say one talk again, I wanted to make a whole talk clear to you, but you talk in the question, hi, looking, then you want force and no more word there again. Why not be looking to the talk? I'm not going to talk again. And said they call me to the office, I go explain.
I think explain to me that you come together. You say you carry the tea to the man. After you carry the tea to the man, you come now. So what next now?
And for me, I'll not there.
Nobody, you getting there. You say asking you too much question. Hey, there's people say make your egg and bread. You bring it. Okay, sorry. Now I say sorry now. Okay, sorry.
If you
I will not ask you the question again. Okay, sorry.
When I give you answer now, then
okay. Explain again. I'm not asking you no more question again. Okay, that's why now.
Go to school. The English say I need English.
Okay, sorry. That was sorry now. Sorry.
Say Ali, you take time. You take time.
I'm taking time. Okay, sorry. Okay.
Say I can take time
to explain.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I tell you things I did in Bagam before you were born, you will feel discouraged. We were the one that's feeding chicken here. So today I can't do it.
The Liberian people. More Liberian people want George Weah than they want Joe Walker. And on the election results, the people don't want change. They don't want change of government. They want continuity. Maybe not in the majority, but we have got more votes than Joe Walker. According to the election results, which our friends in the UP have accepted, of course. Why would they not accept it? The elections were free, fair, and transparent. So wake up. You are not as popular as you think you are. Because more people want George Weah than they want Joe Walker. What does that tell you? It tells you that you must wake up. It is a fact. Why are you happy on that? And that Joe Walker is going into the election, into the runoff as the underdog. They don't have money. We have got more money. We are them are engaging people in the opposition community. They're engaging other players, making offers, engaging. So I want you all to stop with this mantra. You need to change the message for the runoff. They talk of push. Clearly didn't work. The hardship didn't work. Like remember, I used to hardship. There was hardship during Elling time and Bwaga time. There were drugs in the country during Bwaga time and Elling time. So that didn't work. I think you need to go further into your message rather than just saying rescue. It clearly didn't work that much.
For the idiom of Mr. Peter, though, we got no idea on Mr. Peter Dog. It is proven and it is reality in the community. When you go there, people tell you that we have been eating dog.
Why you people kill his dog?
It is false. In fact, when we went to the police station, we have a conflicting statement.
And who had the conflicting statement?
The both of us, the complainant and that of the people that were accused.
On ground that you people eat his dog.
When we went to the police station, we were marginalized. We brought prayer to the court with our statement, written statement.
So let's listen to the statement you provide to the police.
The statement for me, we provided to the police. We told them that it is true that we ate dog yesterday.
If I hit dog, you people ate?
It was not hit dog.
So which one of the dog you people ate?
The dog we ate, we bought the dog from West Point, from one of our friends. And in fact, the dog that we ate, it was a dog that was killed in the net town, and the guy roasted the dog.
You put two police investigators that you put bought the dog from West Point. And then when you put were told, let go West Point, you couldn't identify the person you put bought the dog from.
We went to West Point. In fact, before going to West Point, we went to his own Whitney Hall, and the person was not provided. So what we did, we went to West Point. When we went to West Point,
the person who claimed that you put brought dogs then to court?
For sure, the person was not provided. It was later on the person came. When we went to West Point, the guy that we bought the dog from, we could not find him. Probably he gone to a normal business. He's a human being.
He's claiming that this is not the first time you put killing his dog.
That's a false allegation. If at all we go to the law and he proved all guilty, we were waiting to be facing justice. But if we go to the law and we are not found guilty, we'll sue a lawsuit against him. Yes.
Even though you put a dog, but it was not his dog.
For sure, we know Mr. Peter's dog.
But then why you think he leveled any allegation against you people?
The reason for which the man is leveling allegation against us. Yesterday, when we went to his house, because his brother in question, okay, David, that brought us here, have $50 United States for me.
And you refused to pay the money?
He refused to pay the money for me.
So based on that, he claimed that you put the one that ate his dog?
For sure. When the police and myself went to the house yesterday, for he to promissory note that he will pay my money next month, May. After we left on that, he was claiming that the time we left on that, it was the time his dog got missing. So that is, when we left on that, we left along with the two police officers. So we are not the only one that will be accused. Then that is the two police officers who were accused that we all carried the dog along.
We are already admitted that you people can eat dog. Why are you people always eating domestic animals?
For me, I eat dog because from my tribal background, we don't have any law. And dog is for meat. When you
tribal background,
I'm a grown man.
You grow people eat dog.
Grow people, I can tell you that grow people eat dog. But human being eat dog. What a pet man give me man. I don't have a law of eating dog. So it level me to create my own law. I can eat dog. But my human being, I choose to eat dog.
So your law is to eat dog.
I don't have law on eating animals. I eat all animals. One, it is eating by human being. I can eat it.
So you can eat snake too.
Even snake, I can eat snake.
You can eat cat.
I can eat cat.
You can eat rat.
I can eat rat.
But you eat dog.
I eat dog.
You did not eat his dog.
I did not eat Mr. Peter dog. Neither any of my friends ate Mr. Peter dog.
And you are confident that you can prove yourself innocent in court?
For sure. Yeah, off.
So you don't eat no other animal besides dog?
Eat all animal that eatable by human being, as I said to you, except when I choose not to eat it.
And you don't have no regret in eating dog?
For sure. For the issue about Mr. Peter Dog, we got no idea on Mr. Peter Dog. It is proven and it is reality in the community. When you go there, people tell you that we have been eating dog.
Why you people kill his dog?
It is false. In fact, when we went to the police station, we have a conflicting statement.
And who had the conflicting statement?
The both of us, the complainant and that of the people that were accused.
On ground that you could eat his dog?
When we went to the police station, we were marginalized. We brought prayer to the court with our statement, written statement.
So let's listen to the statement you provide to the police.
The statement for me, we provided to the police. We told them that it is true that we ate dog yesterday.
If I hit dog, you people ate?
It was not hit dog.
So which one of the dog you people ate?
The dog we ate, we bought the dog from West Point, from one of our friends. And in fact, the dog that we ate, it was a dog that was killed in the net town, and the guy roasted the dog.
You put two police investigators that you put bought the dog from West Point. And then when you put were told, let go West Point, you couldn't identify the person you put bought the dog from?
We went to West Point. In fact, before going to West Point, we went to his own Whitney Hall, and the person was not provided. So what we did, we went to West Point. When we went to West Point,
the person who claimed that you put brought dogs then to court?
For sure, the person was not provided. It was later on the person came. When we went to West Point, the guy that we bought the dog from, we could not find him. Probably he gone to a normal business. He's a human being.
He's claiming that this is not the first time you put killing his dog.
That's a false allegation. If at all we go to the law and he proved all guilty, we were waiting to be facing justice. But if we go to the law and we are not found guilty, we'll sue a lawsuit against him. Yes.
Even though you put a dog, but it was not his dog.
For sure, we know Mr. Peter's dog.
But then why do you think he leveled any allegation against you people?
The reason for which the man is leveling allegation against us. Yesterday, when we went to his house, because his brother in question, okay, David, that brought us here, have $50 United States for me.
And you refused to pay the money?
He refused to pay the money for me.
So based on that, he claimed that you put the one that ate his dog?
For sure. When the police and myself went to the house yesterday, for he to promissory note that he will pay my money next month, May. After we left on that, he was claiming that the time we left on that, it was the time his dog got missing. So that is, when we left on that, we left along with the two police officers. So we are not the only one that will be accused. Then that is the two police officers who were accused that we all carried the dog along.
We are already admitted that you people can eat dog. Why are you people always eating dog? domestic animals?
For me, I eat dog because from my tribal background, we don't have any law, and dog is for meat. When you
Tribal background.
I'm a grown man. I'm a grown man.
You grew up with dog.
Grown people, I can tell you that grown people eat dog, but human being eat dog. What a pet man give me man. I don't have a law of eating dog, so it level me to create my own law. Say I can eat dog, but I'm a human being. I choose to eat dog.
So your law is to eat dog.
I don't have law on eating animals. I eat all animals. Once it is eaten by human being, I can eat it.
So you can eat snake too.
Even snake, I can eat snake.
You can eat cat.
I can eat cat.
You can eat rat.
I can eat rat.
But you eat dog.
I eat dog.
You did not eat his dog.
I did not eat Mr. Peter dog. Neither any of my friends ate Mr. Peter dog.
And you are confident that you can prove yourself innocent in court.
For sure, yeah, off.
So you don't eat no other animal besides dog.
Eat all animals that are eatable by human being, as I said to you, except when I choose not to eat it.
And you don't have no regret in eating dog.
For sure.
The Liberian people, more Liberian people want George Weah than they want Joe Walker. According to the election results, the people don't want change. They don't want change of government. They want continuity. Maybe not in the majority, but we have got more votes than Joe Walker. According to the election results, which our friends in the UP have accepted, of course. Why would they not accept it? The elections were free, fair, and transparent. So wake up. You are not as popular as you think you are. Because more people want George Weah than they want Joe Walker. What does that tell you? It tells you that you must wake up. It is a fact. Why are you arguing on that? And that Joe Walker is going into the election, into the runoff as the underdog. They don't have money. We have got more money. We are them are engaging people in the opposition community. They're engaging other players, making offers, engaging. So I want you all to stop with this mantra. You need to change the message for the runoff. They talk of push. Clearly didn't work. The hardship didn't work. Like remember, I used to hardship. There was hardship during Elling time and Boaga time. There were drugs in the country during Boaga time and Elling time. So that didn't work. I think you need to go further into your message rather than just saying rescue, 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 rescue. It clearly didn't work that much. Because you just say, oh, we'll rescue the country. What does rescue mean? You need to go in and explain further. More Liberians want we have to stay than they want Joseph Paga to be president. That's true. I hope the election results have taught you that you are not as popular as you thought you were. And that Paga can win, but George Weah can also win. In fact, George Weah got more votes than Boaga. So between the two of them, if on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, Weah has a better shot. I will put him at 7 and put Boaga at 6. Or I will put Weah at 7 and put Boaga at 6.5 in terms of probability of winning. Weah has a greater probability of winning because Weah got more votes.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are, however you are joining the conversation here on 87.9. This is Freedom Hub. This is the official voice of Freedom Communications Incorporated. My name is Kai. Princess Alexa Vanjakoli is also here today. We will be here till at the end of today's presentation with too many things making the news in Liberia. At long last, Henry Costa and the All Liberian Party was able to endorse the re-election bid of President George Weah on yesterday. Isn't that a very, very interesting news in the country? Join the conversation as we intend to rumble into issues making the news in Liberia, especially when Liberians are gearing up to vote on the 14th date of November 2023 in the run of elections. Too many endorsements across the country. Too many endorsements across the country for both Mr. President and former Vice President Joe Bwaka. Where will Liberian turn? Where are they going to vote? Who's going to be the next president of the country? The game is on. The race is on. The endorsements are coming up. With Liberians practically divided into two halves. With one group of people wishing for the current administration to continue to do her own policy issues, to continue to have the free tuition policies, the wide fee payment policy, the connection of different counties across the country with reference to electricity, with the construction of a pro-poor housing unit for the poor people across the country. And you can think about the rest of what's happening in the country. Otherwise, you also have people on the other side who are hoping to ensure that a Joe Bwaka Jeremiah Kun presidency will be the best for the country. For them, they do not care as to whether Prince Johnson is going to be the de facto president. For them, they do not care as to what will be the outcome of an administration that will be returning to power after having 12 years of stewardship of the country. They just do not care as to what's going to be the aftermath of making a temporarily a decision that will see an individual who is temporarily not strong ascending to the presidency. So they are caught up between the two. What is going to be the decision of each and every one of you? Today's edition, we're going to be posting a question to all of you, our people. But before we do that, let's take a few bars of our theme song. When we come back, we have words from our sponsor, Crime Stoppers Liberia, and subsequently take your calls when we shall have gotten through with posting our questions to you, and subsequently leave for tomorrow's presentation. Let's take a break. So be right back.
There are crowds in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands, all the right authority. That it can't take your life. Crime Stopper here for us. We need safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor. If you see a you must target, I mean you check. Do it for your safety. If you see I don't keep it, I'm a part of report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop it now for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop it now for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own self, Omen Samsaya.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, just coming down for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, just stopping crime for all of us.
Okay, Crime Stoppers Liberia, our official sponsor here on 87.9. Too many things happening in the country. We will talk a lot of them. Alexa, good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Oliver, and I would like to say good day to all of you out there. However, where you join, also like to say welcome to Freedom Hub on 87.9 FM. I'd like to welcome you to today's presentation as we have a lot more going on in Liberia about this moment with the just different scenes, different individuals, and it is getting really interesting that day. So we'd like to say welcome to Freedom Hub.
Okay, so practically we are back on the radio, and yesterday something happened. The ALP of Mr. Ure endorsed the re-election bid of the president. Did you follow?
Yeah, I actually managed to follow a bit, and I think before yesterday there were basically a lot of different speculations in fact. So people had already seen that from afar. I mean, some people have already seen that from afar that the ALP was basically going to endorse the president for his re-election. And some of the folks who had actually said that prior to yesterday, I guess they said that on the basis that the fact that there were different comments being made by some of the folks from ALP. I mean, people who were way more influential in the ALP. So they actually thought that was a sign to have seen that, of course, ALP was going to endorse the president's re-election. But going back to yesterday's event and how it was organized as well as how everything actually played out, I think some people would have never thought that that was going to be a day that you will have Liberians to witness, or you will have supporters of the president, seditions that were going to witness. Because going back to history, where you know exactly Henry Costa, let's go back to Henry Costa. You know exactly how it was and the different occurrences. So people did not actually think that we would have actually seen yesterday to have had that huge event, to have had a whole transition where you have folks from the ALP now supporting the president, and they've committed themselves to doing everything possible in order for the president to be reelected. So that was like an amazing event yesterday. So it goes back to all of the different endorsements that the president is getting right now. I think that was one of the exceptional ones, and the fact that a lot of people did not see that coming. I mean, ever since people did not see that coming yet, it just came to a point where it actually happened. So I would say that is again, that is a plus, because right now at about this moment you're trying to build alliances. You're trying to get a lot of people who will be able to support you. And the fact that the president now had to definitely go to a point where you will have some sort of discussion, you will have some sort of a reconciliatory meeting. Like, people did not actually expect that that would have come, because if you go back to a lot of people, someone who had organized or protest, or someone who had organized an event to say step down, and then you have this person to get to you like, we want to support you, or we're going to support you. A lot of people wouldn't really want to honor such endorsement. A lot of people wouldn't want to definitely give some sort of attention to that. But the fact that there was a point where people had to reconcile and it was done for the common good of our country, it was done for, Liberians, it was done to have this country to progress to a level where everyone would be proud of, Liberia as their country. That was like one huge lesson that was learned, that regardless of, the different interactions, the different changes, whether it is going to be way more intense, whether it is going to be something that is way more chaotic, or something that will cause some sort of riot, or something where it gets to a point where people have to get together for the common good of the country. I think people should put their differences aside, and people should be able to go on the table and talk about, what exactly would be the best for our country. So I think the fact that you had ALP to endorse the president's re-election, that is a plus, and it says a lot about, the person who is the president. It says a lot about the character he is. It says a lot about how even people who did not actually think he would have made, a huge prospect, that, he has definitely exceeded to a point, and now they have seen the need to support him. They're saying the need that, of course, he is the best person he is, and just the only one at about this moment that is right for Liberia. He is just the perfect option for Liberia and for Liberians, because they've seen, I guess they've weighed the different options, because of course those people, they've danced with the folks in the opposition. They've worked closely and they've seen the different things. So I'm sure there were basically some of the comparisons done. And at the end of the day, you would just conclude that this is not the right one and this is the right one. So one would say it is not really timely because you have come ever since, but this is about endorsement and we're in the runoff. So I think that was really timely, and it is applause to the president's re-election. So that was an amazing event basically. So I'm sure that moving forward, the ALP, they're going to work along with the CDC, as well as, supporters of the president and other well wishers, to make sure that the president is re-elected. So at this point, it was a good one, and I'm sure in the coming days, of course, you're going to have a lot of different folks, influential people who have some sort of impart. They're definitely going to go to the way of the president. Like I said the other day, I see a lot of people leaning towards the president, based on exactly what they've seen and based on exactly what the thing will be done once the president is reelected, once the president is retained. So that is like history that you definitely want to be a part of. So they're going to continue on this trend, and of course, we're going to get there. So I think that was an amazing event yesterday.
Okay. That was an amazing event, as says Alexa. I want to play this. When I'm done playing it, we go over to you, our people. Uh, there is a question we have for you on today's edition. One question, and we are done. By the time we are done asking that question and you provide your answers, we are done with today's show. Uh, let me see if I can get it up and running for you. The internet has been very silly. Let me see if I can manage to have it. We got one question for you today. This whole show is going to be one simple question. Okay, so I'm not getting it. It's unfortunate that the internet is not on this telephone. I hope Baby Boy will come and have it settled, but he's not in studio at the moment. So many of you on this radio have been following us for the past 5 to 6 years, and you will understand why Freedom Radio is being referenced in different corridors in the country. You will, especially in manners that are unacceptable to our character, to our personal names, and so forth. Yesterday, Mr. Benani Ure of the All Liberian Party endorsed the re-election of President Weah. By the way, Mr. Ure is noted for being a founding member of the collaborating political parties. If you have been a follower of this radio station, you know the rest of the story. I do not have to go through it. Now, while that endorsement was ongoing, his daughter, Tilia Ure, also endorsed the president. Now, to sum it up, the number one critic of the Weah's administration, and I mean somebody who is credited for being the first Liberian to be off the shores of our country, meaning you're outside Liberia, and command people, instruct people to cause traffic. The number one Liberian in post-war Liberia to have had the June 7 protest, a protest that brought the Weah's government to our knees. To sum it all, Henry Costa on yesterday endorsed the re-election of the president. For those of you who have followed this radio station for the past 5 years, going to 6 years, most especially for those of you who support President Weah in all of his activities, whether for re-election or when the country was at a point where even the very government officials thought the end of Liberia was near. Those of you who have been with the president from start to end, those of you who are willing to lay down your lives. If a question is asked today, say, one tired of the president, but we can see who all can make us available so we can tired of the president. Those of you who will be willing to step up to the plate, this question is for you. What do you make of the recent political happenings, especially the ALP endorsing the president, most significantly with Henry Pedro Costa declaring support for President Weah's re-election as a critical, or better still, a die-hard supporter of the Weah's administration? Election says, it's a wonderful thing. I will give my input I'll give my input after your calls, after you provide your answers. What do you make? Let's put it in simple English. Rear from your heart. How you look at it? Rear from your heart. When you call, please do not insult. When you call, please do not insult. When you call, please do not insult. My colleague Elisa say it's a wonderful thing. I too have my opinion on the matter. When your calls, when we are done taking your calls, based on your responses, because you've been the ones keeping us here on this radio. No government has kept us here. Now let me make it very clear. Our presence on this radio in the midst of thick and things has never been about the government or government officials. No, it has been about your courage to keep giving us your moral support on this radio. In the midst of wanton plots against the administration, in the midst of all of the different, political, traps that were tailored towards ensuring that a Weah's presidency will be unsuccessful. In the midst of it all, we've been on this radio station with our integrity and our image, being risked. And the only reason why sometimes in the midst of it all, we will still find strength to come back is because of you, the ordinary people. You who there, that Joey supporter who's sitting there in front of your house under the plum tree with your radio that you are talking to. You, this Joshua supporter who's riding the keke, who's in the bus, the public transport. We're asking you, with all of these endorsements and so forth, what do you make of it? What's your view? Real from inside your heart, how you feel about it? You know, how we're saying like you. Real look at your heart. How you look at it? Got a question right there. If you ain't got a question, let me rephrase. Real from your heart in Liberian English. How do you look at it? What your view? How it looking to you? What do you got to say? The numbers are 0886 500 104, 0776 104 104 are the numbers to join the conversation. For those of you who living right here in Liberia, the folks out of the country can join us on +231 886 500 104 on WhatsApp or directly from your international base. The question is very simple, and I hope you got the question. By the time we check enough of your answers, we're gonna do the summary and be out of here. Tomorrow we'll return to continue to do the people's job. And so the numbers are available. Call us on 0886 500 104, 0776 104 104 are the numbers to join the conversation on 87.9. Let's start to take the first batch of callers. Beginning with this question. Let's hear you. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Hello.
Go ahead, sir. Leave your radio. We are getting feedbacks.
Yeah, sorry, my dear brother. This is Kesali Baza, and I came for my resident in the Lower Marquis, Daniel.
Kesali Baza, your honest opinion. What do you make of all of what's happening?
That is a positive thing for us. I mean, we are the level of the CDC. Especially the recent endorsement from the ALP is something that is welcoming, 100% welcoming. So ALP is actually very strategic political party. Most of the sons of ALP are from the two block backers. The end of the folks.
Okay.
Yes. Many of the ALP partisans. So ALP endorsing president is something that's 100% welcoming. And then with the Costa issue, you know, Costa is a brother who is gifted intellectually. This son, this man is gifted in my own manual.
Cassidy, are you there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And your thoughts? We got more calls.
And so looking at Costa giving support to President Weah is something that is a plus. Because that has a lot of.
Okay, you say it's a plus. We got your message. Let's take the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Good afternoon. Okay.
Good afternoon, my dear. What's your name? Where you join us from?
This is Willie Williams calling from New Georgia community.
How long have you been following Freedom Radio Liberia?
For a very long time, but I'm just a silent listener.
Okay, you got the questions, right?
And today I'm impressed to call because you asked the question, what do we make of it?
Yep, that's the question.
For me, I knew that was going to happen. I knew. If somebody made too much big mouth, later they can come back to you. And this president we are talking about is not just an ordinary president. This man was born with Usta. And this man was blessed by God. And so when you go or you come down, you insulting, you will be the same person to come down to his knee to appeal to him. This is what happening.
Okay.
So we never think since they have come over, we embrace it. As sedation, we accept it. They were sedation before some of them. And since they have come over, we tell them thank you. All of us work together to move this nation forward. Let us work along with the president with our good dream of making this country a best country and more African country. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's leave you and take the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm Emmanuel calling from Joe community.
Go ahead, email. Let's hear you, sir.
Yeah, seeing the ALP and especially having Costa supporting the re-election of President Weah is actually a good idea. Yeah, and looking at our country's status today, the economic system is not really stabilized. Seeing our president trying to stabilize it is a good idea, and people really liking the idea, so trying to support it. It's not a bad thing.
Okay,
that's a great idea.
Thank you very much. It's a great idea. Like my colleague said, it is also a great idea from your end. Oh my God, God's help. Let's see if I can get you Okay, we'll leave you right there. Let's take this question. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Good evening,
Go-
good evening to my brother, sister,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
good evening to the patriotic and nationalistic family of the great freedom family.
Go ahead, my brother.
Nations and Poker Robert. And I'm the chairman for the Friends of Jefferson Samakochi for the re-election of President George Manor Developmental Oriented. We are. Of course, we want to see the numbers that will re-elect our president, but now our endorsement, actually at this movement, we will celebrate or even we will welcome, civilly speaking.
Why do you say so?
Thank you. I let that question come. It will be just for you to know that the wisdom of King Solomon, I mean, the age of Methuselah has nothing to do with the wisdom of King Solomon.
Still go to the point. Go to the point.
To the point. When we talk constant that the difference between the left President we are and the tiny Twitter broker, constant when frequently I give out to say that our family, constant tear us and our family apart, that my son are never constant. They'll be just going to know that just because of me taking my step for President we are, just come my family to your that I my family is no more existing. My son are never constant from a woman on air to the extent that I even love my job, I begin to spirit of my party. I'm telling you, living story. When I told myself to president, we have
so let me your woman issue and your family issue out of it. From your political standpoint, you support the president. You are a supporter of the president, right?
Yeah.
From the political perspective, what do you say about this endorsement? Forget your woman and your family from inside. Let's assume because I made you to lead your woman and your family. From the political side, what do you make?
And not only about my woman, my family, he even caused my father to suspend my job in the 2020. Up to now, I'm not working.
Okay.
Give me even part one thing. I'm premeditating my woman to say nothing for me.
Okay.
This is what I'm telling you. I'm telling you, speaking. It's the real story I'm telling you. So it's not only welcome to them, no matter what figure to make from the way we elected, if the way we elected for on president, what he has done.
So to answer the question in simple terms, what do you make of the endorsement? Simple.
The endorsement of Henry Petro Costa for this movement, it is not adequate or interesting, and it's not benefiting to what the re-election of our president. It has no weight. Our president has worked to extend that you will be re-elected even in the after of contact. We are very clear about this.
Is it because
it's a negative endorsement from another angle? Thank you.
It's a negative from your angle. Is it because of your wife and job, or from the political perspective?
Yes.
No, which one is
not causing to do my job.
Okay.
But I'm saying that President, we are letting my people to number one, what I get a beneficial to President, we are progress. That's what we see. He's a beneficial to President, we are really to progress. He's not a plus to President, we are really no.
Some seditious and supporters of the president do not see it the way you see it.
Come again?
Some seditious and other supporters of the president do not see it the way you see it. They think he's bringing a lot of value to the system.
Yes, can't take the people of democracy.
Okay.
But for our uncle, we are looking at it the way we are presenting it. The level they see on another side. But President, we are really like because I got no plus to want it.
Okay, we leave you right there. Thank you very much, Poker Roberts. We leave you Poker. Let's leave Poker Roberts and go over to this other person who is on the line. That's all we're gonna do today. We're gonna have a. Let me take this person. Go ahead, 1 minute. Let's hear you.
Hello, KOK.
Hello, ma'am. Let's hear you 1 minute.
KOK, there is Orita Joe, the president for Chicken Factory.
You've been with Freedom Heaven for a very long time. What do you say?
KOK, first of all, I want to tell you thank you. KOK, to be friends. My whole spirit that God gave me, He has left me.
Why?
Because for you to see someone that bring the greatest disgrace to President Weah, someone that is sedition today, for a person to come and bow to tell you that President Weah is all sent. The Bible said it. He said, I will put your enemy before your feet, and they will see your working. And that is what God is doing. God is working. So for Costa, what is so personal? We have a good 5 years of Europe that say judicial are co-roaches. Today, and he can come back to the co-roaches. For me, I forgive them. The same way my friend forgave them, I follow suit to forgive them. That Bible be Bible, let them come. The ideas that they have, that president we are having, or we that were paying sorry, let them bring that idea on the table that here, president we are encouraging the fucking power. Well, thank you.
Thank you very much. There is another caller. Let's see if we can take this question. We want to know, what do you make of all of what's happening? This person, go ahead. 1 minute. What's your name?
Hello, my name is Moses, calling from ELW Junction.
ELW Junction, Moses. Go ahead, Moses.
Yeah, for me, it shows that how people are tolerating the president is. And then, two, it shows to the world that whatever they've been talking about, what they've been writing, the newspaper, international media been carrying is a fake. And then, I also want to give you people the credit what you guys been talking about since 2018. That these people, they are not doing it because President Weah is not doing anything, but on the basis of entitlement that the presidency is also to go to a certain class of people in this country. So they have realized that, okay, what we are going, the place now is not good, and this man we're fighting for nothing. So that's my people.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. We'll leave you right there. Let's take this other person on the line. Go ahead. Let's hear you. 1 minute.
Good afternoon. Okay.
Good afternoon, my dear brother.
I'm Robert Koya calling from 17th Street, Parkway Avenue.
Go ahead, Robert. 1 minute. No time. Quickly. We got to go home.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
We are in the final of the game. Every star player is needed in the game. Every star player that score a goal is needed in the game. That is, if my dear brother, Poker Roberts, who is bearing my last name, my first name, has got problem with Henry Costa, he should know also that yesterday he also left the CDC and they went and went all around here. So right now we need every good player on the game on our side. If there is no enemy that comes to you, you reject them.
Okay.
So if the man was enemy yesterday, he realized that what he did, it was bad. He come back to you. The Bible says we should consider our fellow man 70 times, 70 which is 490 times. So why he poker around getting very with Costa when yesterday he was all around here pointing time from the direction of down the London yesterday.
So you think Poker got no reason to question Costa's sincerity?
He ain't got no reason because we need every good player to score a winning goal for us.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bakoya. We leave you. We take this other person. Go ahead. 1 minute. Let's hear you.
Hello, okay. Hello, Alexa. Okay, how you doing, man? This Dickerson, right? Dickerson, I call from Cardwell.
Go ahead, Dickerson. Let's hear you, sir.
Okay, the question asked is very important, but the question, I'm saying this way. The question have justified that everything you guys are saying in the time the relationship was funded. It's true. Very simple. You guys have been analyzing the political landscape. You guys have been telling us that Joseph Burger, no matter him being a student, but he's not prepared for this presidency. And the fact they have to do a Costa and the Euro family, can understand this. You is part of CDC. Because of CDC, US station was burned by Unity Party people. And he went to them and accepted him. So if our practical training ran away and come back, so what should we do training away? So we accept him. And I think with the revelation that have been carried out, the revelation have been brought to us, justify that all the people that are beyond Burger, they are just gravy seekers. They are using the moment just because of presidency. They don't care for Labrador. They come out to revenge. They come out to rob this country. It's not going to happen. Okay, listen, I will say this to you, sir.
Quickly.
Number 2 is for the second round. It's for the president. We have second term for presidency. Number 14, who is the original number 14 in the country? So we are. Thank you, son.
Okay, we'll leave you right there. We'll take the other person. Go ahead, 1 minute.
Good evening, KOK.
Good evening.
Good evening to listeners calling the broadcast. Okay, my name is Ojuku Oboshua Ojuku.
Go ahead, Ojuku.
I called this evening or this afternoon to appreciate you for the good work and all of your colleagues at the Freedom FM. Okay, you asked a brilliant question. But one fact I can say to citizens, we must accept or Costa who has talent. We need to accept Costa with our heart, with our soul, and with our mind. The fact that our political leader, who happens to be the president of the Republic of Liberia, accept Costa.
Accept the Costa.
That demonstrates that we all need to follow suit his way of unity, the spirit of peace, because that is the president we are talking about. The president believes in building people together. The president believes in bringing Liberians together. He is the president. That demonstrates to the international community. It doesn't matter whosoever insults the president. It doesn't matter who takes in the president still accepts you as a Liberian. The president accepts you as human and whosoever, whatever, for any sector of our society. So that demonstrates that the president is people than the Joe Walker. Okay. That is the same Joe Walker yesterday that denied the coming, and denied the Costa, and denied all of the rest of the guys. So I want to say to all citizens, let us accept Costa, let's move this vote together, let the president be successful in his second run, and let us move our country forward, and then move the development. This development must continue under the leadership of President Weah with a collective way with everybody, whosoever that comes to the president, to this process to support that one vote is important. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll leave you. We'll take the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Yeah,
Quickly. No time, my brother.
Yeah, my name is Aze Wuzin, prefers to be called son of KOK, and I joined the conversation from Elijah District number 14.
Go ahead.
President Khan, you know, when Joe Boca and Costa were together, when Joe Boca drove to Benayue and told Benayue he is going to dance with the devil, even if it will cause him to become, even that will cause him to be president. What I'm trying to say is that accepting Costa today, the citizen and then President Weah should be careful. Because having Costa on your side today, we are only looking at the runoff, but the effect after the runoff will not be a good thing for this government when President we sit in power. So we embrace Costa endorsement yesterday with the ELP, and then I'm saying to President Weah, if you are listening to me at this hour and this time, please be careful with these guys around you, because this issue of powerful friendship with no one in the CDC collaboration. Thank you for having me.
We'll leave you right there. Let's take this other person. The lines are two meaning. The good thing is that we are not talking plenty politics today. This person, go ahead. 1 minute. Hello? Oh no, when you're in the country, call us directly. Once you're here, you call us on WhatsApp. It's not going to go through. This other person, go ahead. 1 minute.
Yes, Esther calling from Simple Bridge.
Esther, go ahead. Simple Bridge. Let's hear you.
Okay, for me, I got no problem with it. Welcome, Costa. That bargain.
Thank you very much. We'll leave you right there. Let's take this other person. Oh my God, this phone is kind of crazy. Let's see if we can take this person. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Good evening, KOK.
Good evening. Quickly.
Good evening, Alexa, and good evening to all peace-loving Liberians who are in tune at this time. Calling from Broad Street, this is Gossip.
Go ahead, Goss.
I think that there's no need to question anyone who has decided to align or realign with any political or how you call it, institution in this country. Unfortunately, the fact that this person has the right to associate, that person is at liberty to align whenever they want to and disalign whenever they choose. And therefore, Henry Costa coming back to the CDC, I don't think people should, have any problem with it. That's my own take on it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gus. Help. We'll leave you right there, Gus. Let's take this other person on the line. Go ahead. Let's hear you. The LP endorsed the CDC on yesterday. What do you make of it?
Yeah, I'm also calling for Barton.
Barton, go ahead, my brother.
Okay, but I endorse that. I don't want to endorse that all for making my own view. That endorsement is not an endorsement. I don't want to endorse it. It's simple.
Why?
If a man would tell that they go back to the COVID, that it's not their random, go phone their city and the country that don't go back to the whole, I don't, that endorsement is not in my interest. I don't want an endorsement. Though I'm a CDC, I was supposed to be CDC, but I don't like an endorsement. I don't want it at all. And when you came on, you made a statement there again about this government. So it's about us. Instead of we, the little people, go back to the whole, the COVID to go back to the whole. So I don't endorse that endorsement at all. And I don't want it at all.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll leave you right there. We'll take the other question. Oh my God. Go ahead. Let's hear you. When you call, leave the radio. This is not fair. Hello?
Yeah, the issue of setting the Aaron Costa issue, so you have to pay back on to forget about Aaron Costa for his support.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. We'll leave you right there. Let's take the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Welcome.
We're good. Go ahead, Bengali.
Yeah, the problem out there when the men can't out there accept them. Because someone can, the city I was just like one guy for what I call Poga. Poga to set it down, Poga to resemble for CDC. So you come back, so you come back to one quarter kind of city. So when I get to a quarter, you go quarter here, quarter there, one set it down. So now they are did not come back. So that we accepted.
Okay.
So that's all I have to back. So you want to get off.
Thank you very much. We'll leave you. We'll take the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute. Hello, ma'am. Let's hear you quickly.
Okay, I'm Vivian T. Matthews, and I come from
Logantown. Go ahead.
Okay. Like my mother always says, she said, what would be with Bianca Loyalty? Every contract, the way you're supposed to do our politics. And right now, every contract has realized. Every contract can come back to the Democrat government and listen for 3 years. He had the biggest focus in Israel as well against the Democrat government. He come back, and the president welcome, he will open up, we are. He welcome. My take on this issue is that every contract is wholeheartedly welcome to the Democrat party. This very party, this very president he went against, and he will say, he decide to come back, he welcome. That's my take on it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Vivian from Logantown. We take this other person. Go ahead. 1 minute. Good evening, Chief. Let's hear you, sir. 1 minute.
My name is Abu Karim. I'm calling from District 17, DJ Blue District.
Go ahead, Abu.
Let me just thank you for the show this evening. Coming back to the CZ as of me, I see nothing wrong with it. It is only like your child was in your house before living with you, something happened, and then your child decided to leave because of anger. When the child come by you as a father, what will you do? Because the right acting as a father accepting all of the children back. If you really want to go back to the first something, the first situation, we were in this struggle to better, we were in opposition, you know, party 12 years. So I'm back. So go to the ballot box. Number 2 means 2 rounds. The second round we must win. I see no issue with that.
Okay. Thank you very much. We leave you right there. The time is 4 minutes to 5 o'clock. We'll be wrapping up at 5 o'clock, and we'll be here on tomorrow. God's will. Let's take this other person on the line. Go ahead. 1 minute. Let's hear you.
Hello, Chief. I'm Usman, calling from New Jersey.
Usman, let's hear you, Chief.
You know, I always listen to you. You say when you're president here for witchcraft.
Oh.
So, if President we can take that one into consideration, it means it's president for everybody.
What brought the witchcraft in the team, my man?
I'm always listening to you for someone we are starting listening.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, seeing people today condemning Costa for coming over, no, I get wrong with it. Because for some of our friends, they left the party, they went during the 2020 midday election and support that you don't want. And so when they came out, we accepted in the community. Why if Costa can come out today?
Okay.
We can accept our own brother. We are religious people in the country. We should accept that the Bible says you must forgive the Islam to forgive.
Thank you very much, Usman. Thank you very much.
So Costa is highly welcome.
Thank you. We leave you right there. Let's take the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Yeah, good afternoon, President Khan, Oliver Khan, and Sis Eliza.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my name is Franklin and Kamal, very because in this with them future.
Go ahead.
President Khan, first let me say thank you for giving all the time for all to make our people. You know, President Khan, their endorsement when we hear about the CDC government, we will applaud, we will appreciate those parties who endorse. But looking at ARP endorsement yesterday, ARP did an endorsement only because we may be sure to see here in Coastal. I can still remember a veteran can overcome.
But politics is about interest, my brother.
Yes, it's about interest, but I mean, please, Baba measure for the government, he knows very well that even the 2023 said, I just later when JMB trained him down before he comes to that because after he lose the ARP party they lose political relevance in the country, they were not even listening to them because their expectation was not met. So they lose, so they just want to gain popularity, they just want to gain attraction. That's why yesterday they went to endorse the president because they already know that come November 14th, the president will be let us down. What they were hating at April because the citizens are already reserved, we are already waiting. We are waiting to move from street to street also want to make sure October 4th and November 14th for the person to be re-elected. So for the endorsement, and that's how we appreciate them, but we are already seeing our victory, so there is no need because they are already saying bad things about us. So what now they want to be the good measure about us. Thank you.
We leave you right there. Let's take this other person. Go ahead. Oh no. This is terrible. This is really, really terrible. Do you really want to call on the radio?
Good afternoon, Kyoge.
Good afternoon, sir. Let's hear you.
Okay, listen, you see, I want to tell all these niggas, some of you guys are calling, they are for the Unity Party. So they got to be very careful. They don't want for Costa to come, so they will use that mentor. So they got to be careful and know how they're talking. If you don't mind them, Costa been with CDC for 2011 when you went to Tobin. Well, I was celebrating at the time when the president was Vice President Error. So, I mean, when he left, he decided to come back. So don't get something. I mean, we don't want to rely for Baka to come to the country, yeah? So don't get something, okay?
Thank you very much. We leave you. We take the other person. Go ahead. So, good evening. We'll take 5 more calls after you, then we go home. Go ahead. Go ahead, William.
For me, the way I look at it is Freedom FM, Case FM are done well. That's why you see the dynamic station around. Okay, for example, let's see that there is no Freedom FM, and the poor dedicated government, nobody will talk about the government, and the government go down the drain. When the poor will support the government, no. We're going to have Freedom FM today. I want to see that coming up because all their lives, when it comes, you bombard it, and you say, this type of coming last day, you send to where it's going to go. And the people have seen the truth. And President Weah is a peaceful man. This is why it happened in this way. So let me say thanks to Freedom FM so much. God bless and give you a long life.
Okay, thank you very much. We leave you. We take the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Okay.
Go ahead, Pop. Talk about. Let's hear you.
We are doing things just that we are not a Christian. The men receive the federal son, the father receiving. Why when your child is only to you 100 years you go back, you keep it in your heart, you got to receive your son. And there is the father of the nation to receive the children. What do you in that? We must know what we are doing, man. We must know how to talk as Christians. Thank you, may God bless you.
Thank you very much. We leave you. We take the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Yeah, okay.
Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, this is my water body from the National Response Team.
Go ahead, ma'am.
I tell you very much, my son. Let God give you Lord, let God give you both here.
Amen.
My son are working now. Let God take you. We need to so active now. Let God bless you.
Amen.
Pray for me for the area concert business. You know the Bible says we must forgive our fellow men 70 times 70. And we know president, we have to be a forgiving president.
Mm-hmm.
Even when you are not president, even when president, well, on the play or please, you can forgive people that work, you can forgive them. So I don't want for solution to hold it against the president that support king, and you know everything he say about my second year when president we are going elected the first one. No one went to that market, the person that speak on Costa started insulting president we are and his mind will web. That is my body grip. I said, We can't make anything here. But today, person, when I get problem, it's not for to get problem with it.
Okay.
The only thing I would tell my president, let it be mindful and let it be careful. The Bible says you can forgive, but not in there.
Okay.
Thank you.
We leave it right there. Let's take this other person on the line. Go ahead. 1 minute. Let's hear you.
Well, I thank you very much, comrade. Let me say good evening to Alyssa. My name is Ivan Wisse.
Minister Wisse, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Thank you. I call from the headquarters of the Coalition for Democratic Change.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to quickly say this unequivocally clear that the president is in no error. I mean, the president is adhering to the tenets of democracy, and the Coalition for Democratic Change is not a totalitarian or junta political institution that does not believe in the democratic precepts and tenets. We need to understand that the ALP and the ANC, when you look at their historical typology, their involvement into the Liberian political culture, all started from the Congress for Democratic Change.
Mm-hmm.
So the ALP and the ANC are seeing the CDC as their political alma mater. So that is wrong about people coming back to their political alma mater. There's nothing wrong.
Okay.
One thing Nicola Machiavelli said, and that to narrow down on what he said in a quote, he said, the end shall justify the means. In politics, we look at the ultimate end. How do we get at the end? That should not be the argument. That should not be your business. What is the end? The end is that on the 14th of this month, we are going to make president. We are the next president of this country. That is the general goal. That's the end. So whether John Brown can or Peter Brown can, that should not be the argument. The argument should be the general interest of the struggle of the revolution.
Thank you.
And that's what we're saying that's what we're saying to our partisans. That, but of course, that whosoever, we don't see COSA, we see ALP as an institution. We don't see other brothers from ANC, the brother from ANC. We see ANC as an institution. And that's why we say we want to reconcile this country, and the CDC is cannot be preaching reconciliation, cannot be funding against tribalism, at the same time be preaching segregation. Is a contradiction.
Okay.
You must understand that in politics, people will disagree, and we agree, people will align and will realign.
Thank you very much, Minister Wisse. We leave you right there. And so, yeah, all we can do now is to manage and take the last 4 calls. Then we go back to a very special. Okay, let's take this person. Go ahead. Let's hear you. 1 minute.
Good afternoon.
Good evening, my dear. Let's hear you.
Thank you very much for the program today.
Mm-hmm.
There's a proverb that says a cane tree does not get dry at the time it is cut. It means one I realize is our mistake at the time she or he does that. So Henry Costa has realized his mistake and he has decided to come back to the CDC. He should be welcome.
Okay.
And that's my input.
He should be welcome from you. This other person. Let's hear you. 1 minute.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello, sir. Let's hear you. 1 minute.
Okay, doing my brother.
We are great.
My name is Maurice Koran, the chair of Operation National Response Defense Team at Appropriate Defender. And I join you right now in my resident driver's market, Banansville.
We take 2 more calls after you, Morris. Quickly.
Okay, thank you very much for the great opportunity. Okay, for me, I want to make this clear to Liberian people. You know, Aaron Costa, all the things he was doing, he was doing things under the influence of the devil.
Oh.
And right now, I think God has spoken to him, and the Holy Ghost and the fire have been at that. All what you are saying, the Holy Fire destroy all that wars and things. But you can remember, let me just say something to you. You can remember they got a group. I think they were in their plane coming in Monserrado. I think they were in their spiritual form, and the plane crashed. You can remember that when the plane crashed with the guys, and one of them, I think, dropped to the place, the Corway there. One of them dropped to Corway. From that day up to this time, well, as we're speaking, all those are against the president, they are coming on board. And you know the president is a God-fearing president, and the president also is a pastor. So, as a man of God, sometimes they have to forget, and the Bible says we should learn how to forget. Okay. And the president has forgetting Costa already. So, for we citizens, I will ask every one of us to follow the president's footsteps. For us not to be there, to be, castigating, saying things out of the way. As far as I'm concerned, when the president concerned Costa, myself too, I have forgiven Costa.
Okay.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Morris Crowman. We leave you right there. We take the last two callers. The last two callers will then call, and we can have this conversation. Okay, the last two callers. Only two more. This person, go ahead. You're the second to the last.
Yeah, okay. How are you?
We are great.
Yeah, I want to get some calling from Makini.
Makini County, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the show. I hope you enjoy you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for now, our objective is to re-elect our good and dynamic president.
Okay.
So, whatever reconciliation is going on now, we all want to appreciate it so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We go in search of the last caller. Then we call it a day on today's edition. There are two minute things happening behind the scene that we got to attend to. Okay, this last person. Let's take this last person. Go ahead. You're the last.
Yeah, hello, okay.
Go ahead. 1 minute.
My name is Fatima Sherry, calling from the campaign office.
Campaign office. Okay, go ahead from campaign office. You know the party campaign office?
No, seriously, campaign office.
Oh, okay.
Fatima Sherry.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. About it, people, Jana Ure, and Here comes down to this. Me, and I said that fact because our people, they have to do it. So, me, I only asking that they should come with all their heart. They will not come to be fast. They will not come to be preparing. They will come with their whole heart. Because they're scared, they're not for fun. So, no one for God has to play for all of us. To come be carrying news. So, they will come with their whole heart. Are you getting me?
I hear you.
So now one year I get to say,
okay.
And next time I now move, so I'm not inside again. So I'll be calling for Josephine.
No problem. Thank you very much. Okay. Fatima Sherry will be the last caller on this issue. You heard the callers. You want to respond to them before we go?
Well, I think basically what I said, most of the callers actually complimented what I said about, of course, that was an amazing event. And of course, it was, it is applause. It is applause. And I also talked about a moment where you will sit to reconcile. So I think there's always a point where you have to realize that, no matter what happens, you just have to put behind you all of the things that have actually happened. And in the case of the LP, I guess that was exactly, what happened. So the president is the president. And regardless of who you are, regardless of your background, regardless of exactly what you say to the president, he is the president. So at a point when he decides that, of course, I'm going to forgive this person and move forward, of course, it happens. So I think right now, everyone is, to a point where people have realized what the president has done and what the president continues to do. So if one would want to actually feel better, you would say yesterday's event, yesterday's endorsement, just 100% concludes the fact that Oliver, all of the things the folks have been saying, it is basically just, because I'm not in it, right? And it is also to a point where someone will say to you, because I'm not in it, so I don't see this going. So the fact that it reached to a point where Henry Costa, as well as, his folks, they realized what the president has done. And I guess that they've already, gotten to a point where they knew all these things ever since, but they didn't want to admit so. So the fact that they're here today saying, of course, we know what the president is doing and we want to support this and we want to move forward. We want the country to progress. And we think that President Weah is the best person. I think that is great at about this point because we're all Liberians. And regardless of, what has happened, regardless of even what will happen, people have to get together to move forward. So, of course, I understand a lot of people who are also saying, this person should not be trusted 100% because we know the different moments where that person had to say this, that person had to do this, that person, had to, initiate a lot of different things that would have actually brought this country down. So at this point, I think we're all one people and we have to move forward. So for the common good of the country, I guess ALP has seen, what is to be done. And that's one of the reasons they're on board right now. So we have to embrace this. That is an endorsement. A lot of things, have happened. There are people who have felt the worst, yet they're still here today admitting that, George Weah as president has done a lot. So I think that's the point where we are, and we have to embrace people who will come on board. There are people who are leaving, so there are people who will continue to come. So you have to embrace people for what they're saying now. So I think that's a good thing again. And I mean, let's move forward and see exactly where exactly this takes us, and see what also happened at the end of the day.
Okay. What happens at the end of the day? That will bring today's edition to an end. We will return here on tomorrow. God bless you. Bye bye from our end. It was a wonderful time.